This is the all-new 2011 Porsche Cayenne, the first all-new Cayenne since it was introduced in 2003. 2003, can you believe it's been around for over 7 years? And I can remember when it was being launched, there were a lot of purists, guys like me, who said, what is Porsche doing, a sports car maker, building an SUV for? But you know what? As time has passed, the Cayenne is now the best seller in the Porsche fleet, and people who once turned their noses up at this vehicle have gone out and bought one, like me. There have been updates to the previous Cayenne over the years, the most noticeable in 2008. But this vehicle is all new, and it still shares components with the all-new Volkswagen Touareg. Porsche wanted to create a larger vehicle with more legroom, a lighter vehicle for better fuel savings, and a more dynamic vehicle for performance-hungry buyers. All new Cayenne, all new styling. Now it's instantly recognizable as a Cayenne, but it looks fresh and modern. The front reminds me quite a bit of the Panamera luxury sedan. Now down the side windows are more compact, and the vehicle overall has a more squat sedan-like stance to it. In fact, it looks smaller than the outgoing vehicle when in fact it's actually bigger. The advantages of the longer wheelbase are most noticeable with the back doors. They're longer, offering more access. The rear end of this vehicle has almost an Audi Q5 look to it. It's the one angle I'm not sold on yet, but sometimes these things take a while to warm up to. As you can see, we have optional 21-inch wheels on the Cayenne S. The base wheel is an 18-inch design. You'll also notice that the name Porsche is placed prominently on the back of the vehicle. Spend the money, get the credit for spending the money. Now the back of the Cayenne is more rounded, and because of that, the back window is smaller. It's not as square as the outgoing model, and because the rear view mirror is more shapely, it doesn't give the same effect of outward visibility as the previous model. The cargo area is a useful size, but the greatest advantage when it comes to cargo is in the old model, you had to take the headrests out, lift the seat bottom to fold the back seats down. Now they just fold flat. It's very easy and much more convenient. The most welcome change for people who have existing Cayennes is the interior. Now I've got a 2008. It's functional, it's comfortable, but it's nothing like this. The dash is a modified version of the stunning Panamera dash, and now Porsche has finally listened and included Bluetooth and USB integration as standard equipment instead of charging ridiculous amounts of money to have it included. The seats are more comfy than the previous model. The steering wheel is smaller and sportier. The materials are first-rate, and the additional backseat legroom is fantastic. A new feature is that the rear seats can slide forward for more cargo space. Porsche has overcome many deficiencies from the previous model with this new one, especially around the interior. Some people like the outside styling, but when it comes to a Porsche, it's all about the drive, and they've updated that too. The first thing about the new Cayenne is it's bigger, but it's almost 400 pounds lighter. Plus, it's got a slightly lower ride, so it feels more like a tall sedan than a top-heavy SUV. This particular S version is equipped with the Porsche Active Suspension Management and air suspension, so the ride height can be lowered even further for more dynamic performance. This is the one thing I'm not crazy about, is the settings here for normal and comfort. They make the back end of this SUV kind of bounce down the road. They made it soft, but also a little bit bouncy. I just put it right away into sport and leave it there, which makes it feel much more neutral. I wish we had sort of the base unit here that just had stock springs with no adjustable suspension to see what that felt like. In contrast, it should be pointed out when this vehicle is placed in sport with the suspension lowered, the highway handling is unreal. The whole thing just grips to the road. You know what? I only drive it in this setting. The biggest change to the driveline is an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's not the PDK that you find in the Panamera or the sports cars, but it is a quick shifting unit, 8 gears. It gives you excellent highway fuel economy, and it shifts around quicker than the old unit. In addition to that, there's a sports setting on the center console. That changes the shift parameters of the transmission, makes the throttle more sensitive, and also allows the traction and stability control, or Porsche Stability Management, to open up the parameters so the vehicle can slide around a little bit more and have some fun. The V8 produces 400 horsepower and the turbo 500, and there are 2 new engines available. One is a 300 horsepower V6 and a hybrid model with a supercharged V6 plus electric motor to produce 380 horsepower. More on that model when we get a chance to drive it. This V8 model will make a run to 100 kilometers an hour in 5.9 seconds. The turbo is over a second faster. Now, owning a Cayenne, it's a real change to get into this brand new 2011 version. You can definitely feel the change with the automatic transmission and also the sumptuous interior. Now, all of the Cayennes have been excellent vehicles to drive, and I would put them at the very top of the class when it comes to vehicle handling and dynamics. This vehicle takes it to a whole new level. I like the extra features of having the different comfort settings and what have you as an option. Personally, I wouldn't get them. I might spend my money on other things, but there's a lot of people that want all the latest gadgets. So the new Cayenne definitely is a step in the right direction, and the only thing I'm not crazy about is the rear styling. Other than that, I'm thinking of trading mine in. Well, how much for a new Cayenne? Well, the base V6 model starts at $58,000, but it should be noted that there's more standard features in this 2011 model. The turbo version goes for $124 grand, but any Cayenne, you can add a whole bunch of options and put the price up very quickly. This new vehicle, it's bigger, it's lighter, it's faster, it's more luxurious and more dynamic to drive. The thing is, a lot of people who own Cayennes are going to say, you know what, it's time to get a new one. And people who don't have a Cayenne are going to be attracted first, I think, to the luxurious interior, and they'll be welcome to the Porsche family.
Can't get enough of automotive news and updates? Then visit our website for web-only features. We're at drivingtelevision.com.